Trocadero, across the Trocadero. Come along with me. The Trocadero, the Trocadero. Happy we will be.
The Trocadero.
Yes, sir.
Trocadero, there that night beneath the white love at first sight.
Nice number they're playing at the Trocadero.
$5 if you get me there before it's finished.
It's a deal.
You were mine and we sipped wine. You were divine. We made a vow and touched our glass.
Here's your $5, thanks.
Trocadero, where life is a song as we go along the merry drum, forget each other past. Never look at the clock.
Good evening, Mr. Johnson.
Good evening, Pierre.
Trocadero,
Wouldn't you prefer a closer table, Mr. Johnson?
If I was any closer, I'd be in the show.
The same?
The same.
Two,
life is beating, two hearts beating, rhythm to the Trocadero.
Come on along, let's all go dancing at the pub.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that in case some of you folks don't know it, that you're still in the Trocadero, where you're going to have a good time if it costs us every cent you got. A wonderful place, the Trocadero, if I say so myself. Oh, Eddie LeBaron. Ladies and gentlemen, our maestro, Eddie LeBaron. Eddie deserves a lot of credit. He just signed a contract with MGM. Every morning he gets up at 5 o'clock and takes the line out for a walk.
You know what you need? You need some new material. I don't get when people come around here and sleep during your act. But last night I saw a man sitting in the ringside table with a nightgown on.
Oh, hello, Cliff. How are you? Ladies and gentlemen, you all know Cliff Mazzaro. Cliff.
Why don't you introduce the gentleman sitting with him?
I was just coming to that.
Well, go ahead.
The world's famous cartoonist, Mr. Dave Fleischer.
Dave Fleischer.
Why don't you tell the folks that Dave Fleischer drew Gulliver's Travels?
I was going to, but... Say, you're Bob Chester.
You mind?
No, but I thought...
Never mind what you thought.
Everything happens to me.
When a famous pen and ink artist comes into the place, be sure to show a little more respect.
What?
What's the matter with you? Something wrong with you?
I'll be all right. I just feel a little Disney.
Disney.
Well, it's great to be here tonight. Trocadero, say, you know, oh, you're the master of ceremonies. A fella gets around, he can Ross in the celery, man. Well, you'll revive the silver mice. Because if you follow boss that gets you the orchestra and plays back and forth, you announce the acts, you tell them all about the case, you're a man of famous. So why get yourself order and catering to my facility? Why don't you go over there and just calibrate and 5% and find out if there isn't a mess in it? Go ahead, ask Calvin if there's a course. Tolerate yourself. I never saw anything. In a roundabout way, I tried to tell you. In a roundabout way, how much I care. I thought there was someone in your heart. But I became the dumb one. But actions played the part. How could we be happy? Romance didn't thrill you. You lied. You lied. You lied when we said we had a cast race on the little cameras of the Hubbins to calorie of cost was spent. It wasn't the way you capriced or your master. It was the way that you gave me that castor to be that I could go on with a little effervescence and stopper it. I was standing in the rain waiting for the busman boss, and you came along with the messman. I remember one night I walked up on your porch, And I asked you if you ever caspers with a melamecedent, and you did. I was satisfied to sit home and go to mice when the boys are spent. I remember one night you were standing there with your face hanging out, telling me that I caspers with love and little kisses and humpenstinkers and enforcements. When you made me cast. There was all little lies and scabbers all through life that cast me with a little bits. When I held you in my arms, dear, and I heard you gently say, this is better than love in a roundabout way. So you're Dave Fleischer, huh? The great cartoonist. Well, I don't like them. And I'll tell you why I don't like your cartoons. You see, the trouble with your cartoons is this. When you start drawing an anaphrase and you bring out the little cataphrase and you put them in a line through the cast, you can't just take something and draw a little cataphrase and show the screen where there's a maker force in the stammering. Do you?
No,
You see, you can't read the silver. So I'd say I'd just go ahead and read race. Cartoons are a matter of just for the races. You put a little case when you have the mates, and you draw that black and put the cassette across a little pace when they go through the race. And the guy goes over the passage and shows them running through the hit the break the sail of balkan pattern in his house. So that's why your cartoons aren't even a cabaret. Well, I'll be a sap-rap princess soft professor-rator pilot kiss and snap.
But the CBG studios have my contract now. They said that...
I don't care what they said. The Trocadero has some rights in the matter. We're entitled to a week's notice, and we're going to have it. Listen, honey, you might as well make up your mind to it. You're not going to become a picture star until Friday.
Oh, all right. Cigars, cigarettes.
Having trouble, Sam?
Well, hello, Erskine. How are you?
Sit down, Sam. Have a drink.
Oh, thanks. It's too hard to get. All kidding aside, Erskine, how do you like our liquor?
Just right. If it was any better, I couldn't afford it. If it was any worse, I couldn't drink it.
Once upon a time there was a little frog sitting at a dreaming on a great big log. Looked up at the sky and said it's getting late. Wonder if I'll have a chance to make a day. Bullfrog, feeling so lonely. Bullfrog,
Who's Pegs and me?
all by his only. Bullfrog, feeling unhappy. Oh, so unhappy, 'cause he's alone. Then came sweet little Miss Frog. He felt sure she was his frog. He smiled, said, howdy, Miss Frog. Let me sit by you, 'cause I'm alone. She smiled, said, come on over. Bullfrog jumped with a thud. He thought...
Say, Sam, how long have you been running the Troc? About 15 years, isn't it?
A little over 10.
Business good?
Take a look for yourself.
Pretty soft. What a soft spot you picked out for yourself. Once a newspaper man, always a slave.
Frog, oh, so neglected, didn't expect it. He's in the mud.
I sit working my fingers to the bone, trying to dig up a Sunday feature story. And here you sit, on top of the world, listening to the musical chimes of a cash register. Reservations, 4 weeks in advance.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't always soft, Erskine.
No?
No, this place has had more ups and downs than a cocktail shaker. Do you remember Tony?
Tony? Yeah, sure. Used to run a spaghetti joint. Always talking about his 2 kids.
Yeah. Always talking about his 2 kids. They weren't Tony's kids, you know. He adopted them. If I had words, I could write a book about how those kids loved Tony, how he loved them. That's the tune that brought Papili, remember? Never forget that night. Because that was the night that Tony... Everybody was celebrating. A couple of boys in the business came in to see Tony. They thought a new era was being born. Closing time, I made a speech to him. I know we've all worked hard, done our best. But I guess Prohibition just couldn't last forever. It's a big change, a sudden change. But if you ask me, it's a good change. It's an American gesture toward the thing we've all heard so much about. Liberty under the law. Tony here thinks it's okay. Come on, Tony. Say a few words to the boys.
I'm no good to make it a speech.
Oh, come on.
I'm no speaker so good. What's in the heart, she's don't come out. But I think it's not so nice the way things she's been gone. And always when I think of this, I think of my Judy and Johnny. I'm raising these kids. First they like this, and they like this. A little while they like this. Now they like that. I adopt these kids. But that's no making no difference. I'm a lover of these bambino. And they love me. That's make a big difference. And Johnny, he's to get a big education so he can talk nice to the ladies and gentlemen. What's going to come to this nice and refined place I built for Judy and Johnny. Yeah, it's very good. So, my advice to you boys is you do the same thing. You get the permit. You run your business straight from the shoulder. And when you do, believe me, you sleep good when you go to bed.
Gee, that was a swell speech, Tony. Come on, fellas, let's go out and take a look at the parade. I'll be back to help you close the joint, Tony.
Yeah, we're close enough.
Oh, that was a swell talk. He's right. You know, I always said that Tony had something on the ball.
Tony.
Sam, pretty soon now, Judy and Johnny, they go east to this college. I'm got a lot of ideas. We're going to make this one big, beautiful place. Come on outside. I'm going to show you what I mean.
Okay, Tony.
Now, I'm going to work hard to make the money so I can have a nice, big place like this. You see, Sam, this is science. It's no good. It's too cheap. We got to have, what do you call, neon signs.
Oh, neon sign.
Huh?
Neon.
Yeah, sure. And this front, she's got to be streamlined. Of course, I no got the money to do that with right now. I just got enough to send Judy and Johnny to college. But in 4 years, Sam, you and me, we build up with this place, huh?
Oh, sure. When are the kids going away?
In 4 weeks. Now they're at the Pomona at the prep school.
Prep school, Tony.
But so whatever you call it. It's a place where they give them just enough education, so they gotta have some more to understand what they just got. Sam, I'm letting you in on something. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have a breakfast at the Pomona with the Judy and Johnny.
Oh, that's fine. Be sure and tell them I sent my love.
You telling me yourself, you're gonna drive me there.
Oh, well, that's more like it.
You know, Sam, this entrance, we gotta bring out here what do you call a marquise. Tony! Tony!
Hey, which side of the plate do these things go on? They don't go on either side. They go on the plate, stupid.
Oh, don't call me stupid.
Oh, put them up. Come on. Come on, get them up. Come on.
What's on your hair? Ha ha! Oh, no! How could you do that?
How could you do that?
How could you do that to me? I hear you shouting. How could you...
There's Pop.
That's Pop.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Judy.
Hiya, Sam.
Hello, Johnny.
Where's Pop?
Why, Pop couldn't come with me, kids.
What's the matter?
Is he sick?
An accident?
Yeah. Yeah, an accident. A very bad accident.
Oh, well, come on, let's go.
No, it won't do any good. The very last thing he talked about was you two kids and what he was going to do for you. And so, the only way we can repay Tony is by trying to make his dream place come true. Now, there's just one thing, kids. Johnny, I know how you like to play football and tennis. What a swell time you're having here. And as for you, Judy, those letters you wrote to Tony about how you loved it here, what a great opportunity you're going to have, study music and things, and... Well, Tony wasn't a rich man. Only one of you can afford to stay here and finish the education. The other one has got to come and help me accomplish what Tony wanted. Better?
Ready for work.
Swell.
Hello, Bullfrog.
Hello, Judy.
Judy, this is Mickey. Mickey Jones.
Hello. How do you do?
Mickey's a talent agent. And Matty Melnick, our orchestra leader.
Hello.
Oh.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, it's all right. As a talent agent, the best talent I got's waiting.
Does he say comical things? Got a mind like that.
Excuse me, folks. I'll be getting back to the band.
See you later, Matty.
Okay. Judy, Mickey's got a few suggestions.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying, Mr. Edwards, you see, I've got no axe to grind. I'm just trying to be helpful, but everything's changed since repeal came in. The first thing you've got to realize is that the name Tony Rockadero, that belongs to another era. Get what I mean?
Slightly. And I hope it isn't what I think it is. Go ahead.
In the first place, we've got to change the name of this place.
Not a chance. As long as this place exists, it's going to bear Pop's name.
Okay, but I wish you'd believe what I'm saying has more significance than you seem to think, Miss Edwards. All the old restaurant owners, they've been changing the names of their places. Now, Tony Martinelli, he's put in pink cushions in his place. He calls it the Sunbeam Room. And Tim O'Malley, he sprayed the joint with Robin's Egg Blue.
Yeah, that ballyhooing is a rendezvous for the elite.
Maybe Mickey's got something there, Judy.
No, he hasn't. Not in a million years. I'm sorry. I know you're trying to help.
We got to give this place some class standing. We got to keep up with the times.
Ain't it the truth?
Why, just today, I sold a class name, you know, nifty clothes and everything, 4 o'clock singing over at Nick's place, the Sleepy Lagoon.
Matty, do you know Louisiana Lulu?
Sure.
Let's try it.
Okay, boys.
Appreciated Lulu. She had no place to go until she came to California, and now she's not so slow. yet everyone knows the toast of New Orleans. She danced at each cafe with southern rhythm. The men all like to say she dances with them. They all call her a Lulu. She leads the Mardi Gras queen. You'll find that spice can be sweet if you should meet the toast of New
Well, that was great, Judy.
I'm very proud of you, Judy. We'll say, Bullfrog, where's that letter from Johnny?
Johnny?
Oh, I left it in the office. I'll go and get it.
Oh. Why didn't you tell me?
He's been up there 6 months now, ain't he? I bet he's got education up to his ears by now. Say, Judy, I know we're running a refined rendezvous, but would it be bad manners if I was to throw that guy at the corner table out on his ear?
What's the matter?
Well, he's getting nasty and he can't pay his bill.
Tell him to pay it the next time he comes in. Goodwill, Bullfrog.
Goodwill, but don't try paying off your waiters with goodwill.
Well, Judy, how's he doing?
Listen, Sam, this is wonderful. Next week I start taking up both French and Portuguese.
What's he doing, running an elevator?
No silly languages. He's going to be a linguist. Gee, Sam, before we know it, he'll be graduated. With all that education and elegance. And then he'll be the front man for us, Sam. Can't you imagine him receiving all the Hollywood big shots? Ah, good evening, Miss Crawford. Lovely evening, isn't it? So salubrious and everything.
Well, say, Judy, I don't want to start a blues number or anything like that, but I got a little bad news. There are $102 in the red this week.
Do you think we're slipping?
No, Judy, we slipped. As Mickey says, time marched on. And we had a tough time keeping step with it. We weren't marching, we were plodding. How we managed is a miracle I can't explain. But finally, we found ourselves struggling through 1935.
Said I flow through hell, and the music goes round and round. Oh, 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 it comes out here. Said I push that first valve down.
Hi, Sam.
Hello, Mickey.
Sam, I want you to meet Eddie LeBaron. He's an orchestra leader. Eddie, that's Sam Wallace.
Nice to know you, Eddie. How are you, sir? I've heard a lot about you.
Thank you.
Said I push that second valve down, and the music goes down and round. Below, below, below. Oh,
That's swinging my nose.
Yeah, good, isn't he?
Great.
Sam, is there someplace where we can go and talk? And when you get hold of Judy for me?
Don't tell me you haven't another idea.
Oh, boy, I'm hotter than a $2 pistol. When you sit down, Eddie, we'll see you in a little while.
Tom, ask Miss Judy to come to the office, please. Okay, Mickey, what's all this $2 pistol business? Come on.
Well, no beating around the bush, Sam. I want you to tell me the truth. How are you and Judy doing?
All right, I'll tell you the truth. We're closing Saturday night.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll straighten you out for 10% of the gross.
Why?
Why? Well, I think...
Listen, Mickey, you like Judy, don't you?
Well, naturally, I think Judy...
Yeah, well, we'll take your dough. But I gotta be frank with you. Forget her, you haven't got a chance.
No harm in trying, is there?
No harm at all. Okay. Now, what do you want us to do?
Hello, Mickey. What is it, Sam?
Mickey wants to tell us something, Judy.
Yeah. Now, look, Judy, let's make this quick. I know you're going to fold Saturday night, is that right?
Yeah, I told him.
Judy, things have changed. Changes all the time.
I know, and you want us to keep up with the times.
Yeah.
But Tony Rockadero's name stays on.
Okay. But, Judy, you've got to realize there's been a big revolution in the nightclub field.
Yeah, we've noticed that.
Do you know why? No, you don't. But I'll tell you. Because the people are getting their kick out of music. Bands. Judy, I know what's coming. I've got my finger on the public pulse.
So have I. That's why we're closing Saturday night.
Now, wait a minute. I want you to clear a dance floor out there. I'll refinance you for 10% of the gross. Now, I'm not a rich guy, but I'll take a chance with you if you do what I tell you. I've got a little guy waiting out there by the name of Eddie LeBaron. He's an orchestra leader. He's got something on the ball, and he'll get in there and pitch for you.
All right. Tell him we'll listen to his band tonight after the guests leave.
That's what I like to hear. A little different, isn't it?
It's good.
It's okay, Mickey.
Got rhythm.
What'd I tell you? He's great, isn't he?
Did you like it?
Okay, boy, that did it.
Swell, Eddie.
You're hired. See you in the morning. I'll have a contract for you.
Good. Be a pleasure to work here.
Thank you.
You won't be sorry.
Well, Judy, you're off to a new start.
Sam, who do you suppose they are?
I'm looking for Miss Judy Edwards.
Yeah? How much do we owe you?
Nothing yet, but I'm going to give you a chance to owe me plenty.
Come on, cut it down. What do you want?
You need a band?
We just hired one.
How unfortunate for you.
I'll bet you've got a great band.
I've got the great band. Did you ever hear a swing?
No.
Well, you're going to hear about it in plenty.
Well, I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't. It's a new kind of dance music. Maybe you don't know it, but jazz is as dead as the 18th Amendment. Want me to tell you all about it?
No.
Okay. Now, it's ad-lib and out of this world. I take a number, toss it to my cats, and from then on, it's every man for himself.
Can you imagine? The guy's got an animal act.
Listen, sister, I can't explain this to you. Let's kick it around for you for a couple of minutes. I'm giving you an opportunity.
What can we lose?
Okay, go ahead.
Go on, kick it around, whatever you got to kick.
That's the spirit. You'll never forget this as long as you live.
That's what we're afraid of.
What's your name?
Bullfrog. And don't crack about why I don't croak.
how do you like it?
I think it's great.
Johnny!
Well, what do you know?
Why didn't you tell us?
I wanted to surprise you, that's all.
Surprise me.
Yeah, me.
Me? Your husband?
No, my brother. This is, what's your name?
Spike Nelson.
Glad to know you. Boy, you sure play swell swing.
Thanks.
What do you know about swing?
Well, I go to college, don't I? We find out all about that new stuff.
Oh,
Ah, you see? What'd I tell you? Now, do I get a contract or must I make somebody else happy?
Bud. I just sold her a band.
Well, make it 2 bands. Make it a swing shift.
Come here, I want to talk to you a minute.
Oh, Johnny, come on.
Got an agent?
Nope. I'm still single.
Well, you got one now.
Okay? It's a deal.
I get 10% of the gross.
Fine.
Johnny, tell us about that game. You ran 90 yards for a touchdown.
We're taking this band on at $150 a week.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Mickey, you think we can afford to?
Can't afford not to. Congratulations.
Well.
I think this calls for a drink, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
I think we'll do all right when we
Well, Judy, this is a lucky break for the both of us.
Both of us?
Sure. I like you.
Well, I don't know whether I like you.
You will, sister. You will. I grow on people.
Like a what?
Well, here's to Trocadero. Hey, say that again. Here's to Trocadero.
That's it, sis. That's it. Mickey always said what this place needed was a new name, something with a swing to it. And you always said it had to be Pop's name.
Well, so what?
So this. He just said, Trocadero. Get it? Trocadero.
That's Pop's name. Trocadero. Trocadero.
Trocadero.
Trocadero.
There's Gus on. I'm in the Stardust.
Johnny!
Hiya, sis. Oh, boy, I'm glad to see you.
Johnny, I'm so glad you got here on time.
Oh, sis, I want you to meet Miss Carson, Mr. Carson. This is
How
my
do you
sister,
do?
Judy Edwards.
Oh, Johnny, isn't it all too wonderful?
I tell you, it's terrific.
Excuse my enthusiasm, but none of us can hardly believe it. This all seems unreal. Yes, doesn't it? In a roundabout
Oh, Sam, how are you?
Something looks wonderful.
Sam, I want you to meet Miss Carson, Mr. Carson. This is Sam Wallace, the best manager, head waiter, bartender you ever known.
And the best friend in the world.
More than I expected.
You show the way. When I held you in my arms, dear, and I heard you gently say, this is better than love. In a roundabout way. This is better than love. In a roundabout way.
Sure.
Let's go.
Well, I'll see you later. Nice to see you.
John, this
You have a table.
Oh, yes, Miss Edwards. This one, please.
Oh, and get a load of this crowd. Here. Sit down.
You know, in less than a year, Johnny becomes manager of this place. He does? Mm-hmm. You didn't tell me that.
Well, I sort of planned to surprise you.
You've succeeded.
Johnny!
Hello, Nancy. You look swell. You get more attractive every year.
He's selling me a bill of goods.
Do you carry Milo cigarettes?
No, confidentially, they...
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is strictly ad-lib. But there are a couple of clever people here tonight, and I'm going to see if I can get them to do a number for you. None other than our two bosses, the two people who made this wonderful night spot possible.
Judy and Johnny Edwards.
Come on, get out there, Johnny.
The old routine, Johnny. Oh, Eddie's got it all ready. Sure, he's going to drop it.
Go out there and show what you
Oh, they're marvelous. When you get alone with them, they'll kill them. They're out of this world.
You said your car was on the class at every station that we'd pass. You took my coupons for your gas.
Hey, sis, did you ever hear a mountain calling her son?
No, how does the mountain call her son?
Hey, Cliff!
What do you want?
How could you do that to me?
Oh, we played a game I thought I'd win. I never thought of you to take me in. You drew one card and shouted gin.
Say, John, do you know why the Yankees can't play rummy?
No, sis. Why can't the Yankees play rummy?
Because the cards are in St. Louis.
How could you do that to me? Now everything was bright and gay, the world a paradise.
I found out where your love lies. It lies and it lies and it lies. The things you told me were untrue. I never tell those tales to you.
But Johnny can do most anything, can't he?
Apparently.
How could you do that to me?
The things you told me were untrue. I never tell those tales to you. That's one thing I never thought you'd do.
Hey, sis, if cold water is iced water, what's cold ink?
I stink.
You're telling us!
How could you do that? How could you do that? How could you do that to me? How could you do that? How could you do that? How could you do that to me?
Wasn't that disgraceful?
Was really quite a surprise.
Johnny's full of surprises this evening, aren't you, Johnny?
Yes.
You mean you didn't like it?
What did the master of ceremonies say? It was terrific, colossal. It knocked them in the aisle.
And now, folks, how about a little dancing? While I go backstage and count up the applause. Who's going to play? Need you ask? Spike Nelson, of course.
Of course you've heard Spike Nelson, his wonderful band.
No, I don't believe I have.
Well, suppose we dance. I think you'll like it.
Must we?
Excuse us.
Surely. Right. Make a charming couple, don't they?
Charming. Excuse me. I must get back to my job.
Oh, surely. Quite all right.
Oh, isn't that smooth? Don't you like his music?
Yes, naturally.
Hi, Johnny.
Hiya, Spike. I want you to meet Miss Carson. This is Spike Nelson.
How do you do?
Nice going, Johnny.
Oh, just keep that music running, boy.
In the dark.
Is he a visiting leader?
Oh, no. He's part of the show.
Are you always so chummy with the help?
Well, you try to keep it like one big happy family.
I see.
The place of you. Why waste all those lonely hours? Why not take the cue that all those dreams that once were ours had take the place of you?
Judy, what's troubling you?
Oh, nothing.
Come on now. Is it Johnny or his girlfriend?
Well, she isn't one of us.
I guess that.
What's the matter? You afraid she'll induce him to move into her set permanently?
I think she already has.
What's so tragic about that? Let him go if that means his happiness. We're over the top. What else is there?
To carry on. To make the Trocadero the most...
I know. And tie yourself to it for keeps. After all, don't you think that was selfish of Tony if that was his idea?
What do you mean?
Well, after all, there's you. It's time you quit devoting so much time to Johnny and an electric sign. And let someone do a little devoting to you. A whole lot of devoting. For a lifetime. What do you think I've been sticking around here for? I could get $5 grand a week in a dozen spots. I haven't been hanging around just to build the place up, or worry about Johnny, or worry about his education. You know I've been sticking around here just because I'm crazy about you.
Oh, Spike, let me go. Well?
Well, we're over the top.
Oh, you're wonderful, Mickey.
Oh, it's not me, it's you, boss.
Don't call me boss, I'm not. And Johnny's not boss. We're buddies, all of us, just buddies.
You, wouldn't care to make the tie a little stronger, would you, Judy?
Mickey. I think you're one of the finest, sweetest persons I've ever known, but that's all I can offer you, Mickey. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Just thought I'd ask. Guess I was overshooting a little. I'm satisfied with 10% of everybody else. I don't know why I should expect all of you. Forget it, bud.
Double bourbon. Well, Nelson, great band you got, great band. How would you like to endorse my Milo cigarettes?
I might endorse them, but I won't smoke them.
There you are. Everybody's crazy about them.
Why don't you let me handle the business? Don't you know they pay money for those endorsements? Besides that...
Money again. All that you've ever loved.
Yeah.
These figures, Judy. They're not bad.
Come in. Well, why the formality? Must the future manager of the Trocadero knock to get into his own office? Won't you sit down?
How do you like your new office, Johnny?
Oh, it's a knockout, Sam.
Look at these receipts, John.
Sis, I'm not going to take over. I'm not coming with the Trocadero.
What?
Johnny and I talked the whole thing over. Well, we decided it would be foolish for Johnny to waste his college education on a garish nightclub.
A garish nightclub?
Garish? What does garish mean?
Well, it means something the Trocadero isn't.
Please, sis.
It's all right, Johnny. I think I understand.
Yeah, but does Tony understand? Saving dough and depriving himself of things just for you to make this a high-class restaurant?
That isn't the point. The point is, would this restaurant make a high-class man of Johnny?
It's not good enough for you. Is that what you mean?
Well, since you asked for it, yes. Johnny and I move in a different circle.
Yeah? Well, then start moving in it right now.
Sam, please.
I'm not trying to be unfair. I'm merely asking you to be fair. Why, how would it sound to introduce Johnny to our friends at home as, well, a nightclub owner?
Okay. I've had my say, now scram. Take him back to Tobacco Road. I'd rather be in this garish nightclub any time than be rolling around your old man's rotten cigars.
Now, just a minute, Sam. No one's going to talk like that to Marge.
Well, somebody did. And what I think of you is pure criminal libel.
I'll wait outside.
All right, honey.
Yeah, so long, honey.
Sam, shame on you. Marge may be right. After all, how could she introduce her fiancé to her friends as a nightclub owner?
But just a minute, sis. Please don't get Marge wrong. She only meant that I'd have a greater future in her father's brokerage office. Look, you've done everything that Pop wanted, and you're the one that should get the credit.
To your brokerage office, and I'll stay here. After all, Pop wanted us both to be happy.
Don't tell me you're leaving. What's the matter? Do we bore you?
On the contrary, I enjoyed your orchestra, Mr. Wilson.
Nelson, of the Kentucky Nelsons. My father was in the tobacco business, too.
He made the famous Nelson plug tobacco, the finest spitting tobacco in the world. So we're brother and sister under the skin.
I see.
We have lots of brothers and sisters out there. Everything from hog fat to razor blades. A lot of them don't like to admit it. Others are still hog calling. Me, I'm a sow's ear.
Not everyone has the mentality to rise above their station. Some haven't even the mentality to become gentlemen.
Oh, you're a silk purse, huh?
I didn't keep you long, did I, honey? Well, good night, Spike.
Good night, Johnny.
There you are, my dear. Unless I miss my guess, Johnny will be all right. He'd get over this. I'm sticking with you, honey. You got a brand new place, Spike Nelson, a good show. Come in.
There's not an empty table in the place. Now that my job here is over, I'd like a release.
Release? Release from what?
From my contract. I can get more dough someplace else. Do you mind?
I see. You too. What do we do now? Offer you a partnership? I suppose you think you put us over. Not Judy, not Mickey, just you.
Something like that.
Are you ungrateful?
Sam.
Let him go. We can get any band in the country we want. I got 2 telegrams in my pocket now from bands that want to crack at Hollywood.
Sure, they're a dime a dozen. Then I can be on my way.
The sooner the better. I'll get your check.
You can mail it to me at the Palladium. Thanks for everything, Judy.
What's wrong with him?
Couldn't be you, could it?
The Dow Jones average of 40 points finished at 95.87, up 28. While the commodity index number was up 15. But then on the other... Oh, hello, Johnny. What do we have?
Nothing, thanks.
Well, let me get you a soft drink. Reynolds, mix up a limeade, will you, please?
No, thanks, Mr. Carson.
Suit yourself. Never mind, Reynolds. Yes, on the other hand, I told you so.
I saw that the reorganization rail interests were up very active today. The rising to a fraction of 2 points. The other commodities were very irregular.
I do so enjoy Tchaikovsky, even when interpreted by a novice. I felt, however, that Mademoiselle Minsky rendered the fifth with a dauntless courage and force. But her arpeggios were insecure, lacking that dauntless courage which Freud so ably analyzes in his papers on the known and the unknown. I simply adore Isadora Tomler's exhibits. Her wonderful mastery of color is far and away the best in the modern school of painting. Those great splashes in her dawns and sunsets. So exquisite. If you stand far enough away from them. Mr.
Edwards.
Pardon me. You're the groom to be, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
We've never met. I'm Mrs. Comstock.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Mrs. Comstock.
I'm an old friend of the family. I'm so happy to know that Marge is marrying an Edwards.
Oh, yes?
Aren't you a Roanoke Edwards?
No, madam. I was born in Brooklyn.
Good gracious.
What gives?
Oh, it's our house intercommunication system, sir.
Oh, eavesdropping. Naughty, naughty.
No, I only listen, sir, to anticipate any requirements of the family.
Oh, well, let me anticipate a minute.
James Edwards. Some sort of theatrical or circus family, I'm told. I forget which.
How in the name of heaven did a Carson get mixed up in a thing of that kind?
I understand his parents or somebody in his family runs a cabaret in Hollywood.
A cabaret?
And in Hollywood? It's worse than I thought. Yes, they say. My husband said. Some sort of entertainer. A hoofer, I think he said. A hoofer.
How do you keep your ears so clean? You're lovely.
You're rather handsome yourself, Mr. Edwards.
Just an overhaul. Same old second-hand job with a new repaint. Look, honey, it's no dice.
What do you mean?
I don't know Tchaikovsky or Freud, or the difference between a cocktail here or down at my place. And even if I did, I still would be chummy with the help. So, I'll be seeing you.
Johnny, don't you dare leave me like this.
You mean in front of the elite? Oh, don't worry, honey. Just tell them I was a fortune hunter and you gave me the air. Or maybe I can get thrown out. Did I hear something about a hoofer? Don't tell me I have an affinity amongst us. An ex-Corrine, perhaps? Or a burlesque queen? Oh, come now, Mrs. Comstock. Don't tell me you've forgotten those old steps. You know the one where you did 1, 2, 3, kick, 1, 2, 3, kick? Oh, I haven't shocked you now, have I? Just a minute. All I need is just a little room here to show you. You remember the one we used to stop the show with that went like this? Bum-bum-bum-buddy. Oh, swell. You can always pay to see me at the Trocadero. I own it, but I'm also one of the help. Tough, ain't it, Toots?
Oh, Dad, it was awful. I'm so ashamed. The disgraceful publicity.
It's good for Milo cigarettes.
But he can't do that to me.
What?
No dice me.
No doubt. You didn't want him, did you?
Want him, I should say now. I hate him. The upstart.
Careful, careful. Now you're all...
I don't see what I saw in him in the first place. After all, you can't make a sow's ear out of a silk purse. The dope. Dad. Are we really snobs?
A slight tinge. Trocadero?
Yeah, sir.
Who's this speaking?
But this is the maid.
Miss Judy Edwards, please. What?
Well, sir, you see, I hangs out in the ladies' room. Yeah, sir.
She's not in or not into Spike Nelson?
Well, the last time I heard her express herself, she said you could pick up your trombone and slide.
All right, Judy?
Sam, we do need him, don't we?
What for? We got a big vaudeville show coming on. We can get any band we want in the country. Why, we can...
You mean you need him, Judy? Is that it?
Sam, I think I'll go rehearse.
Eddie, you want to rehearse my number?
Sure, Judy. Come on, boys.
Trying to forget happiness that we knew. Trying to forget moments I shared with you. But I find it's all in vain, 'cause love Trying to forget love songs in harmony, trying to forget that you are part of me. Oh, where are our dreams? Is it as hopeless as it seems? Now tell me, why did my sky turn to gray when it once was such a pretty shade of blue? Please tell me why, don't know why do I sigh and cry and keep carrying the torch for you? Trying to forget, but my mind won't be ruled. Trying to forget, but my heart won't be fooled. It cries, he'll come back to you, yeah. There's no use trying to
Hiya, sis.
Johnny!
What are you, looking for me on the society column?
Well,
If I'm in at all, I'll be on the scandal page. The what young man and his society fiancée and what have you column.
what's wrong, Johnny?
What's right, you mean? Sam, will you have my suit pressed up for me? I'll be on the door tonight. You know, this way, please, and all that head waiter stuff. That's for me.
Okay.
Thanks, Sam.
Johnny, is everything all right?
Oh, it will be, sis. She's sweet, but too much class. I can't see class in what you wear or what you have, only in what you are. Isn't that what Tony taught us?
Of course, Johnny. Well, that brings us up to date.
You call that a success story?
What's wrong with it? The kids came through for Tony. What do their little heartaches matter? They'll forget them. The big thing has been accomplished. They put Tony's name up in lights forever.
Well, Sam, I still have to get a Sunday story.
Oh, come on. Sit down and see the rest of the show.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give you my impression of radio's outstanding program, mystery show, The Whistler. I am the Whistler. Ladies and gentlemen, Ida James will offer Shoo Shoo Baby. Your party's right over there.
Bring Judy over for a game of bridge one night soon.
Thank you. We will.
Good evening, Mr. Carson. Table 7, if you please.
Oh, Pierre, I'll take this one.
Yes, Mr. Edwards.
This way, please.
Who's that?
It's Johnny's girl.
treating them rough now, so we can live in freedom the American way. Don't sigh, baby. Don't cry, baby. Shoo, 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 baby. Papa's off to the 7 seas, the 7 seas, the 7 seas.
But our guest star of the evening, introducing a grand gentleman, the Yankee Doodle boy, Jimmy Cagney.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, friends. It's a great pleasure for me to be here this evening and to bring to you now a grand guy. You all love him, Jimmy Stewart. In a scene from that outstanding motion picture, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Stewart as Mr. Smith. Jimmy?
Mr. President, fellow congressmen, my name is Jefferson Smith. And when I first came to Washington, I could find an apartment. Anybody could find an apartment, that. Well, it was Thomas Jefferson's belief embodied in detail in the Bill of Rights that all men are created equal in the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Mr. President, fellow congressmen, there's one thing I'm going to say and say quickly. And I'm going to stand on this floor if it takes the rest of my life to convince you guys to get me a room. Thank you. Thank you.
We certainly have a big crowd here tonight, don't we?
Judy, got a little surprise for you.
Mickey, she's here. I've got to see Johnny.
Oh, Johnny's going to be all right now. I don't want you to miss this surprise. You're going to like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Monday on, our programs will be broadcast over the entire MNS network, sponsored by the Carson Tobacco Company, makers of Milo cigarettes.
Milo cigarettes?
Gentlemen, may I bring to you that well-known orchestra leader. But why mention his name? For here he is.
Beginning Monday, I'm supposed to listen to that broken-down Milo cigarette program. Well, beginning Monday, I'll be head waiter at Joe's Beanery. Drop in sometime. Now, I'll bean you. Oh. Well, that was ladylike.
Well, please.
Oh, pardon me, miss.
You lied when you said I can't erase with the rhythmicacies and the softness with the mayonnaise.
you're wasting time.
The Trocadero, the Trocadero. Trocadero, where we met by chance and found romance while we were dancing at the Trocadero. Trocadero, there that night beneath dim light, love at first sight I found while at the Trocadero. When you told me you were mine and we sipped wine, you were divine. We made a vow and touched our glasses. Trocadero, where life's a song as we go along the merry drum, forget each hour that passes. Never a look at the clock, singing a song of the trot.
Now I've really got a Sunday story. Why didn't you tell me it ended like this?
How did I know? It's as much a surprise to me as it is to you.
Come on along, let's go dancing at the park.
For more updates, like, comment, subscribe to our channel.